Hi, this is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Hey guys, we're going to talk about my favorite subject today, which is sales. All right, we got a great question that comes to me, and it's so important because, see, it's like this. The topic for today is selling failures are not the end of the world. Why? Listen. In sales, it's a numbers game. It's just that simple. Reality comes forward, and when you're trying to sell something, you are vested. You've got your energy involved in it. You are on the phone, you're closing, and boy, sometimes it just doesn't work out. Or you're in front of the client, they are not really receptive to you, and maybe if you had a TO, somebody to come in, maybe they could help save the sale. Well, in reality, selling failures are a part of the process. Listen, if you're not green, you're not growing, and if you're ripe, you're rotting. And I'm the kind of person that would like to continuously learn and evolve in my selling career. You're probably that same person, or maybe you're a new person in sales and you're trying to figure out, well, what do I need to do? I am failing. I'm having some issues. It's common sense stuff, guys. The basics are probably the most beneficial to you. Reach out when you have issues. If you're fortunate, don't be prideful. Ask for help from your management. Believe me, they want you to succeed. I guarantee it, because they got a vested interest in you. It is hard to get a good salesperson. So if you've got this not mediocre personality, but you are a producer, a salesperson, somebody who wants to make commission, make the most money they can, you're important and you matter. But listen, I've failed many, many times in sales. And the reason it's such a benefit, you don't feel it at the time. It creates an urgency inside of you. You're either going to run from sales or you're going to stick and stay with sales. You're going to be a salesperson. If this is what your career is and this is what you want to do, you're going to have to deal with rejection. You're going to have to deal with scenarios where it makes you feel uncomfortable. But always be an honest person. Never try to sell your soul for a few dollars. That's just not going to be a good thing. And some people, they're desperate. We get this salesman's breath, which is kind of really a pain because we seem desperate. And customers and people can see desperate. Look at me. I'm feeling comfortable. We're having a conversation. This is what makes the difference. Selling failures, they don't have to ruin your whole world. Now look, a lot of people who've made a lot of money have lost that money and they've regained it. And I know some people personally, and I've made it and I've lost it. And I kind of enjoy having money. I kind of like to be able to continuously grow. I've worked with companies that were in business for over 100 years, for over 50 years. But because of the customer service aspect and business in general, they went out of business. But as a person who's trying to become a salesperson, I'm more important because people need things to be sold. Companies can't work without you being a part of the company. It just makes sense. But if you're struggling, don't get upset. Look, failures are, somebody told me once, every failure, I am closer to my next sale. Nobody likes objections. I mean, nobody likes the pressure. Man, we got bills to pay. We work on commission. We struggle sometimes. But see, here's the thing. We don't look down into the future. I've been guilty of that myself. I've looked at just now when I was struggling. But what happens is if you're smart, you'll not look at now, but you'll look at 5, 10 years down the road. You can do your short-term, your long-term goals. You're going to have failures all the way around. But you know what? It's not how far we fall, like the old saying goes. It's how far we bounce back up. And if you get frustrated and angry, this is what this forum is all about. I want you to know that you're important and you matter. Salespeople and people in general and customer service, because customer service is just selling. A good attitude or a bad attitude. So reality is, if you're struggling with your sales, all right, you're in the right place. You're asking questions. You got to do that. You got to do your own research. When you go to a good company, yeah, they're going to give you all the information. But unless you go out there and do the work, you ain't going to get no sales. You're going to be sitting there on the phone, right in front of the phone for 8 hours. And unless you pick up the phone and start calling people, you're not going to make no money. It's just like in any door-to-door business, sales business. If you have the time, you want, like the old saying goes, I remember it well. If you got time to lean, you got time to clean. But in my mind, I think if you got time to lean, let's make another phone call, or let's go ahead and do more, and we'll move on to the next level. I know some very, very successful people, and these people are stick-to-it type personalities. They failed many times. You don't have to just fail on your own. You can look at other people who have been there and who have done that. Look for mentors, people who can create value. Look, I've got mentors in my life. These people are building me up constantly. And the world is such a crazy place. I don't like the word negative, but a lot of people need a lot of hugs. I mean, seriously, you see my pen? I smiley face every day, even if it's a bad day. Okay, it's a bad day, but if you miss it, dang, that's not good. And if you miss a bunch of them, you're probably done gone. You know, my name is Gary Lee Stanley. We just had a really simple conversation. You know, failures, yeah, they suck, man. I've dealt with them. But you got to look at the long haul, not just the short term. Remember, all of our sales in reality are, some are good, some suck, and then you got to make the choice. Do I stick and stay in sales, or do I go on and make a regular hourly wage and know that I'll be mediocre? I don't think you're that kind of person. I think you're stretching yourself. We've got to think outside the box thinking. And that's just the way I try to learn. And I'm offering some suggestions. This is my thoughts as far as sales are concerned. I've been in sales for a long time. And I've had money, I ain't had money. I've had good times, I've had bad times. And you know what? I've gotten some really great sales, and I've lost some really close ones. So I'm always reaching out and learning from those mentors and people that are in my field, people that I can ask questions of. Don't be prideful. Ask for freaking help. It's important. Look, how are you going to be successful if you don't have a roadmap? How are you going to get from A to B if you don't know where you're going? You got to know where you're going if you're going to get there. The key to success in selling is to have a toolbox with a bunch of great information that you can pull from. Just pull from. So that way, when you're pulling these little things, when you're talking to your clients, you can actually help them and own something. And you close the sale. It's important and you matter. Goodness gracious. It's bad sometimes. Big deals. I mean, we lose our pants sometimes. And we live on credit cards sometimes. But listen, don't give up. Now, selling is it's a lifestyle. It's a career. It's an opportunity. I've been in it for a long time. I love it. I love the spontaneity. I love the conversation. I love even sometimes the rejection and objections, because, see, if they're objecting, hey, they're probably interested. You just got to help them figure it out. And my name is Gary Lee Stanley. Don't beat yourself up because you've had failures. Failures in anything doesn't have to drag us down, but what it can do is be a foundation for success. You're important and you matter. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. We just had a very simple conversation about selling failures are not the end of the world. Don't forget, there's another one coming. Did you sell yourself? It's not the end of the world. Yeah, it sucks. Suck it up, go to your car, scream, ah! Get mad, pissed off for the whole couple of days. But you gotta, as a salesperson, get over it, because we work on commission. And if you don't get out there and sell something, the world won't move. And you're important, and you help make the world move because you're a salesperson. So get over the problem, get over the objection, get over the frustration, and then just suck it up and listen. Go over, what do you think the reason why that you were not given that sell? And don't take it personally. Learn from those sales. I mean, I've had some sales I thought I had in the bag, and then there were sales I thought I wasn't going to get, and I'm like, dang, how'd I get that? Okay. And listen, if you don't ask for the order, you definitely ain't going to get no sales. So it's really important. We just had a really simple conversation. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, and I am your sales guy, and we just talked about failures. They're not the end of the world. That's awesome. Have a great day. Go out there and sell something. Bye-bye.